Hi guys, it's month 4 of Promptsquad. Today I'll be showcasing the wonderful artists who took part in this month's prompt, which was to design a tattoo. And I have to say, this prompt seems to have brought out some of the most diverse and unique responses today, so I'm really looking forward to having the chance to talk to you about them. So on that, the first artist entry this month is Emily from Emily Arts here on YouTube. Her design is really beautiful. I love the graphical way that she's depicted the flowers and leaves. It almost feels like a geometric pattern. When I saw the video she made for this, I couldn't help but think, this is so Emily. Her style really comes through in this design, and I think that's what makes it one of my favourite tattoos from this month too. I definitely recommend watching and checking her out if you haven't already. And next is Dave from Odavesartbook, who's really been inspired by Maui from Moana and designed the tattoos as an overlay onto the rock. It's great to see a different medium coming into the challenge. It's almost shocking to think that nobody else has photo edited their art onto a person this month. But anyway, as always, Dave has brought the humour to the prompt, and I really like how he's mixed in those two different mediums and added digital art to his work. And on his request, you're welcome, Dave. Now we have Nadya, whose birthday it is today, so make sure to wish her a happy birthday down in the comments. You guys will have to remind me if you have a birthday coming up in the future too, so we can all celebrate it together. Okay, so Nadya created 4 designs for this prompt, and each one relates to a person in her life and her working through their ideas to try and create something for them. So if you want to hear more about that, please go check out her channel. I personally really love the watercolour shading effect she achieved on the skull, and the demon wings as well have this wonderful tribal pattern to them and fit really well onto the body silhouette that she's drawn, which I imagine would probably be something that would be really important to think about when you're designing a tattoo. So I think it was a really great job. Next we have Sketchbook Corner, whose tattoo was inspired by Harry Potter, so if you've watched this channel for any amount of time you'll know how much I love this. She identified that she wanted to create something unique but still simple and recognisable for fans, and I think she really hit the mark. The very line weights have really brought out the details and given the design lots of depth without this need to add shadow, and I really love how she's achieved that simplicity in the design. Kai actually used his own tattoo for reference, which he designed with a friend when he was a lot younger supposedly, and I think like many from this month you can see the artist hidden in the design, which I think is really cool. I love the curves of the dragon. It kind of makes it feel very natural and realistic, but still has that kind of graphical, almost anime style to it as well. And I especially like the mix of shadow and white highlights too. It all kind of comes together really beautifully. And yeah, what more can I say? You already see it's extremely epic, so, you know, it just makes me wonder what a sleeve designed by Kai would look like. Last but not least, we have another new member of Promptsquad, and it's Sakura, so make sure to send us some love, fellow members of Promptsquad. Sakura created this tattoo inception piece with a character who could easily be a tattoo herself, showing off her own tattoo. It's tattoos all the way down. When I saw this piece, I kept thinking of the word flow, how everything feels very connected. You have the nature that's almost symbolically saying that word, and then the features of the girl, from the hair to the fabric. I just love the general atmosphere of this design and the composition. I just think it's gorgeous. So that's this month's entries for Design a Tattoo. As always, I can't express how grateful I am that so many of you wonderful artists took the time to take part in this prompt, and I really hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Okay, so when it came to designing a tattoo, I was pretty excited, if a bit hesitant to do it. I follow a lot of great tattoo artists on Instagram, and I'm always fascinated by the skill behind it as an art form, and what people choose to have as tattoos in general. I feel like there's this sliding scale for tattoos. You either want them to have lots of meaning and feel really uniquely you in style and design, or you see it more as this art form that is made by an artist that you may love, and it's more about the art they create than its overall meaning to you. And I think I kind of yo-yo between those extremes personally. My favourite tattoo artist who I follow on Instagram is called David Lagoon. His tattoos are inspired by traditional Japanese art and nature, and to be honest, if I had the money, I'd be tempted to just be like, right, I like this animal, I like this plant, please, you do you. Because I think I wouldn't want my hands tied when it came to design, and the reason I'd be going to him is because I love his art, so I should really take advantage of that. And that way I can be between the two tattoo extremes as well. When it comes to me designing a tattoo for myself, the only way I can find some middle ground between these feelings is trying to paint something I like in my style, which is a nightmare. I don't know if I want something I designed on me for my life, because I'd worried that I'd always look at it and be like, God, I could do so much better now. It's the trouble with drawing your whole life, you know you'll always get better, so I don't think I'm alone in not holding permanent art very highly when it comes to my own work. I'm the type to rather chuck it out than save it. So to get around this prompt in my head, I try to focus on what inspires me, because in general those are things that don't really change, and it'd be harder for me to fall out of love with them, so I decided to paint something very bright and colourful, something natural, and this may sound a bit odd, but something curvy. I love curves and natural shapes, so that was really my jumping off point. For colours, I went with green, white and a yellow-orange because those are my favourite colours, but also I added some pops of red because that's my mum's favourite colour and the colour just always reminds me of her. I chose to paint clementines because if I was ever lucky enough to have a kid, that would be up there on one of my favourite names, as I do like names that are nature-based because it's harder for people to misspell them. And yeah, it'll also sound odd, but they also remind me of my dad at Christmas. It's just one of those odd things that I kind of relate to the person. I kept the shapes and style very simple because one of my favourite art styles to look at and to get ideas from is 1950s futuristic art. I like all the bright colours and shapes in them and just how everything flows beautifully together, and it's also oddly optimistic. I just really like that art style, so I wanted it to have that feeling there too. Yeah, I've been a bit dead when it comes to inspiration and ideas recently. I'll probably talk more about it in probably the next video I make. But to get around that, I kind of went into this painting blind. I knew what I liked, like I just said, but I took this more as an opportunity to just kind of paint and see what happens. This was also my first time using these new Arteza gouaches too, and I did really enjoy them, but I want to paint with them a bit more before I kind of give you a clearer idea of what I think of them. And here it is all finished. What I'd love to know is where you sit on tattoos. Do you think they should have some big personal meaning, or do you think you'd rather just find an artist that you love and have them do their art? I think it'd be interesting to know also whether you think the fact you paint or draw affects how you feel towards it. Do you think that makes you more prone to favouring an artist, or do you think that makes you more prone to you doing it yourself? Next month's prompt was suggested by Crafty Leaks and is mythical creatures. I thought this one could be fun because you could maybe imagine a creature of myth in your own style, or create one up just off the top of your head, or even tell a story with one. I think there's lots of ideas there, and I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. As always, if you have an idea for next month's prompt, please comment it down below, and who knows, it could be your idea that we draw next month. Thank you so much for joining Promptsquad this month. If you fancy giving it a go, we're always taking new members, so I hope I'll get to see you next time on the 15th of April. Alright, see you then.